Good morning, folks. It's the 10th of August today, 2001. I've been asked quite often how we actually breed new leeks and how we hybridise leeks to do things properly. Today we're very fortunate. I've asked Peter and his lovely wife Flo, or the undisputed kings of hybridising, if we can come up and have a look at how they actually do hybridise leeks. Now, we are getting a little bit late in the season because a lot of the seeds actually starting to form. But we've had a look. Flo's the expert and she's got the nimble hands. She's going to show us exactly how to do it, but we'll see some seed that's already starting to produce and one or two flowers that haven't opened, and Peter will give us a running commentary. And fortunately, he's allowed us to have a look at, I've never seen these for a while, but he's allowed us to have a look at a hybrid that he bred 2 or 3 years ago, and he's grown it well this year, and I'm just stood looking at them. They're absolutely superb. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'll introduce Peter and Flo, and we'll see how we'll go on. Here we have Peter and Flo. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you for letting us come up and see what you do. We're going to see the expertise of Flo on the go.
I wouldn't say export like, but
no, you've done a very good job. But
pass the knowledge on. It'll be helpful to the leek world.
That's great. Can we start off with having a look at a hybrid that you've already bred?
Oh, the new leek.
Yeah, if you can do. This is a better hybrid. We'll just look at the first leek. He has got bigger. I've looked down the trench and he's got bigger inside, but we're just going to look at the end one because it's easiest. Now, he's taken a white wrap off his plants there. Can you explain the wrap, what the wrap does?
Well, Flo made these for me a few years back.
Yeah.
You might think, oh, well, that'll not blench, but what we've got in the middle, it's like a sandwich. There's black. It's like these old pillowcases, but as black in the middle. It's like a black sandwich.
That blocks the light out and turns the leek white.
The black inside of the sandwich there, you can see the black, John.
Perfect.
That blenches the leek, and the white keeps it cool.
Lovely. That's perfect. So Flo's painted that. So there's Flo. If you want them, they're £10 each.
She must have high expectations because she made them 24 inches long.
Oh, that's perfect. Right. Well, look at that leek. What a beautiful leek. It's beautiful. That's just mark on the bottom. That's not decay on there. It's just as the leek starts to grow. That's a lovely leek. I would say that leek's probably approaching 16 inches. So what a cracking leek and what a beautiful formation.
That's bigger for the doing.
Yeah, there is. I'll just quickly go down the row. You can see the formation on them is absolutely wonderful. Really nice. That's a really big leek there.
Number 4 is, yeah, John. There's 4 is a big leek.
Yes, that's a big one.
17, I think that new.
The formation's fantastic. So this is Peter's F1 hybrid number 1. Beautiful. He'll be showing it this year, so I hope you all see it on the bench. We're now going to go and have a look how this was actually produced, and he's going to tell us what it was produced from as well. If we can move to where your hybrids are, later on with them.
Basically speaking, I didn't want to take all your morning up, but basically speaking, what we're doing with the new leek I've just showed you there, the hybrid, I'm doing the same cross again, John. Wife Flo and me is.
Yeah.
That one has been meticulously raped of flower and anther. That's a Cumbrian. I'm putting the big blue leeks I had last year. The Almet 20, John.
The date I see them when they were growing.
20, the Almet 20s. So I've taken the pollen off there, John, the size of the blue.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the blue's not a bad leek, mind, if you haven't got to take all much off, but it gives you the size along with the quality of the Cumbrian.
No, that's right.
Now all that's raped and that. Flo, John, can I do that for you? We've had a good look, mate. I don't know if you can get out on there, John, but if your camera...
Yeah, it does. It's got it perfect, that.
Alright, so you can see that the female Steinman is dying, and you can see that the green pea's starting to swell. That's your fruit. That's your seed in there developing.
Perfect.
Aye. This is all pollen. I'm not bothered about the bees because of all of that blue leek. You know, all of the big blue leeks.
Yeah. Will you just explain The reason you're doing it is there's a male and female flower within the flower, and they can self-pollinate if this hybridization isn't done properly.
I was going to show you on that one, John, when flower
Brilliant.
takes it, when rapes a flower, like a flower cup.
That's fine, right? That's great. Just so as everybody understands what we're actually doing.
Aye.
Now we see we've actually got the bees in here, and that will pollinate, but it'll self-pollinate itself.
Well, that seed's near good though, John.
That's right.
That seed will be near good. That'll be discarded.
Yeah.
And the only seed I'm keeping is of this one I've done.
Yeah.
And the other one.
At that end.
Because she's is like, I'll self-pollinate. No, we wanted the pollen off them, the male side of the plant.
Yeah.
To go into the female stamen, off the pollen off the anthers.
Yeah.
So that'll be discarded, and the only seed I'll keep is the hybridized seed.
Brilliant.
This is the reverse, John. This is a Cumbrian pollen father. So this is the blue. So I've done the reverse again.
I see. So
like you and I did last year with the GSA and the blue. We went mother father, and we reversed it.
Yes.
So this one is the I'll be taking seed off that now. This is the
blue mother plant.
The blue mother, blue stamen.
Yeah.
So Flo, just explain what it does, and. Well, no, she didn't want to speak. She's a bit shy. And that's
just do what I'm told.
So pollen off there. Obviously, that'll go away because that's all like self-pollinating now, and I didn't want that. This is a seed here, but the pollen to the stamen.
So as soon as you've gotten your pollen off and put it onto the stamen here, you'll do it on several occasions to make certain it's taken.
As many times a day as we can.
2 and 3.
You would then cut all the seed heads off that, which would revert that to grass, so it would give you grass off your normally.
That's right, grass, Cumbrian grass for this year.
Yeah, that'll be
ideal.
ideal.
It was all good stuff. Obviously with COVID, we didn't show many leaks last year, and these were all lovely Cumbrians, my own Cumbrian.
Yeah.
And we want some grass on there because there's one or two of the lads want them in there. And of course, when I cut the seed off that up there, I'll have grass on that one as well.
So that's reverse. So you get one of each.
Flo, would you mind just explain to the lads?
I'll just have a quick look at this head.
Oh,
first.
sorry.
Do you want to go in? No, I can go in close and see. Now we can see that most of it's actually been removed. There is still one or two flower heads intact there. And this is what Flo's actually going to do now.
Yes, aye. Yeah. And the more emphasis on getting them off before it produces the pollen.
Yeah.
Because if the pollen goes on, it automatically fertilises the stamen, which is to me is an incest plant.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was learnt off a good lad, Andy Hardy.
Yeah.
And I mean, in my personal opinion, anybody else's, just my own personal opinion.
Yeah.
He educated me on how to do this, man, and that's his 40th. That was his 40th. And he told me. What he told me was, when I'm being self-pollinating, these people that say they put two heats together and cross a leak, wait, they haven't done it out, John.
Right.
And if they want educating about it, all I got to do is ring me up and I'll explain why.
Yeah.
When the pollen comes through the flower and it passes the stamen and it's got pollen on the anther, it's automatically fertilised.
Yeah.
So
it's self-pollinated. Yeah.
So these people that say that they rabbit's foot and put them in a bag and this, that, and to that, 12 o'clock a day, it's to me, my personal opinion, it's a load of rubbish. This is the only way to hybridise something properly, is to get the male away from the anther, from the stamen, and introduce your new male to the stamen.
Brilliant. Now we're going to see the expert at work here.
We've got two here. Can you get them ones on?
Yeah, I'm just coming in closely to it, yeah.
Just keep a hold of it so it's easier to...
Just put them on my hand for John Flo, and we can just show the lads what you got to do, innit?
Yeah. You got it?
Yes, innit? Now them anthers haven't started to produce pollen, John.
I can see that.
So the stamen that's left, it will get covered with the pollen off that.
No wonder you ask Flo to do this, mate.
Oh, see your little fingers.
Nuts.
Can you just explain there, Flo, what you're doing? You've taken, where's the anthers you've taken off? The anthers is there, that produce the pollen, and you've left the stamen. Have you just showed John a stamen there? We're going to do one more. Do one more, and he just show people's got it. That's it. There's the flower coming off. There you are, and just show them that one you've done, Flo. You can hardly see the stamen, very small, but that'll grow. And she'll accept pollen when she gets big enough. You can see the other stamen on the top.
Yeah.
All right, John. If you have a look on there, there's the anthers in the flower.
Yeah.
What you take off.
That's perfect. And then if we
And then
look at the
pollen.
other one, we can maybe see some pollen.
Some pollen. And
I'll
Flo
see if
generally
there's any
goes, aye.
just on the top.
Flo will show you what she does with that. And she'll
mean,
get
that-
some on her hand.
that might
Is
not
there any
be-
on her hand?
there might not be
I was
any
been
on.
there soon this morning, John. But Flo just demonstrate. She takes the pollen off her hand first.
Yeah.
Off
A
her-
little bit.
little bit there,
yeah.
and she'll put that directly with Steinman on the
A
head.
little bit on there, and
Little
we
bit of
usually
pollen.
put it straight on where we've
There
took
you
that
are.
off.
That's fantastic.
No, that should be pregnant.
Hopefully.
That's
That should be
perfect.
pregnant.
Well, you can't
Not
show any
E, Flo.
better than
Not
that.
E.
No.
Not E. The
That's amazing, that. It just shows the work that goes into hybridising and then the results you get at the end of it from the leaks that we've seen. So that's fantastic. Now, you do this several days when the sun's at its highest, probably
Yes,
midday.
as long as that's producing pollen or whichever head
You
we're
keep on
using,
doing it.
we'll just
we
keep doing it.
hybridise.
And then as soon as it's finished producing pollen, you'll cut all the seed.
Yeah.
John,
all
when you
the
when you
flower off
leave
that
when you
one.
leave the day, mate, when you leave the day, I could even do that now for you. I could even start shaving that now for you.
Well, you can do it if you're going to do it today. Do it, and we'll show people because that's how you get the
That's
grass
not
as well.
producing any pollen.
And then
I'll
we'll
see if
see
there's
grass
any.
and seed. So we'll look at the two different ones. This one's been well plotted. You can see there's still one or two flowers there which weren't ready before, but Flo's in today and she's just cleaning the rest up. And you can see that's coming just lovely. And then you look at that one which has been untouched.
So that we've just used that for the pollen, John. Now
Yeah.
we'll be gone, and I'll just give it a little bit, a little bit.
Go on.
There you are. Now I'll be taking all that off because that's near good. That's been self-pollinated, you see, by the pollen to the straight the stamen. So I'll shave that here later.
Yeah.
The whole lot's off, and it'll produce grass for to grow the Cumbrian leek for us for this year.
So there's grass on this one, and this one will be full of hybrid seeds.
See, yes, aye.
Now, usually you probably wouldn't do the whole head because it's a very time-consuming job. And
Right, John. Aye. In the past, we've just left like a little tuft like
Clump on
that,
the top, yeah.
and that would get the equivalent of about 40 or 60
good seeds.
good seed. So this year I've decided time's getting on, and what I'm saying to myself is, why not do the full head of hybridised seedlings and let them go. If anybody wants to come and get them, let them go. Bearing in mind, you know, there'll be our seedlings, and there'll be two of the same,
That's
John.
right, yeah.
And they can come, and what that doing is, as you said at the meeting the other
Yeah.
week, they're getting 12 leeks hybrid seedlings, but they'll not be able to show them as a pair. They'll look for a new leek within that, what
Yeah.
we've done, Flo and I, and hopefully they'll get some nice new leeks hybrids on the bench.
I think it's a great idea. What Peter's offering here is the chance that this is hard work, and to be honest, it's a good job he's got Flo, because the size of Peter's hands, he would have a job to actually strip these heads off with all the flower and anthem. But it's great to see it done properly and professionally. And what Peter's offering is he's going to set all these seeds away, and he's going to put them out for the both societies, the National Pot League and the North East Horticultural.
Yeah, aye.
And he's looking to get maybe £10 a dozen back, which is for nothing. It'll cost him more than that to produce them. He's putting a £5 on as a donation to the society, so the society's benefiting from it, but it's offering members the chance to have a go at some hybrid seedlings done properly, and they may come up with some brand new leeks out of it, hopefully. And in future years, I think it's a good idea if we either my show, the North East Horticultural, or the National Pot League Society was to possibly look at putting a seedling class on and try and get people to breed new leeks, because by we could do with some. And when you see Peter's outside there, the hybrid, which he's also got something here as well, I mean, they're absolutely beautiful, fold away beautiful, they're nice and straight. It's a lovely leek, and it just shows you what can be bred. Now, Peter and I visited a couple of gardens last week, and one lad who's got just bought 2 seedlings last year, he's got 2 absolute stonkers, and I think we'll see some new ones. But I mean, you look at that, it's beautiful, very straight, it's lovely looking leek. So that just shows you that's hybrid seedling number 1, which Peter hasn't got any for next year, but he will have for the year after. We'll see it on the bench this year, because he has almost 50 of them, and I think he's going to go around the shows and show them elsewhere.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, John.
That's right, you never know.
The main, you know, it's great you're taking the time out to do this, because I'm not like computer literate like you, and there's still a lot of people, John, still doing now that this is a self-pollinating plant.
That's right.
And we're getting it out there, and they might pick up on this and say, hey, I'm going to have a go. That's sales. And I'm at the end of a phone line. If I can help anybody, you know, mind, they've got to get the heads at the same time. They've got to try and get the heads at the same time.
Yeah.
So you can strip and pollinate at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, which was ideal because these leeks weren't shown last year.
That's right.
And the group of potential,
Yeah.
see it straight through because obviously with COVID and not having the shows, and it absolutely couldn't. But on that head there, John, I can see with hand on heart, there'll be 1,000 seedlings on there, mate.
Yeah, and you can see the seeds starting to form already.
I've had plenty pollen off the big blues, and that's the Cumbrian which I've put in the. That's the same cross as me hybrid leek you've just seen, John.
Brilliant, yeah. Beautiful.
Because we're really speaking without offending anybody, without mentioning any breeds of leeks, there's a load of rubbish on them benches at the minute, mine, we want off mine, mate. And I can just say my own personal, you can have a look at my garden, there's only the hybrid, there's only the Cumbrian and the blue. And I told you, I wouldn't be growing anything else other than that at the minute until your virus free comes out, John.
Yeah,
I certainly want to buy some virus frees off you.
Can you have got a couple of seedlings on the go somewhere this year?
Oh yeah, aye.
Can we have a look at those?
Aye.
Not these ones, the ones that you've just got seedlings. Are they in this greenhouse?
Wait, no, there's one here. I mean, I know you said it was short, but at the end of the day, you never know what you're going to get. Now that seedling there, believe it or not, it's got 30, it's short, but I must try half a dozen of it. That seedling's 20 inches around, and it's got 32 flags on. This one was a cracker. It's twisted top a bit, but John, at the end of the day, look at that for a seedling.
That's a big leaf.
It's massive, and it's got a bit of a lift at the button, but it's starred a bit. But at the end of the day, you just don't know what you've got. You know what you've got.
Yeah, they don't all come the same.
That's right.
But I mean, these ones are coming the same. This is all
John,
the #1 hybrid.
I was in having a look the other day, but just to give them a quick look. These was the bigger ones that went. There you are, John. There's a nice leek there for you.
Yeah, they're fantastic, and they're holding their form well as well.
2 flags off that, and I think I'll be in business, John.
Good sound leek, and if you look what they're growing in, just 40 litre pots, amazing.
43 litre pots and compost, nothing else, John. And that's the new hybrid.
Very good.
Let's hope we get it on the bench this year.
Great to see.
Aye.
Have you any more seedlings to show us?
Yes, John. I just want to explain to to the lads explain about the seedling.
This is a good idea, lads, while you are looking. The season that we've had, anybody in polytunnels like myself, we've suffered badly with heat stress. This is actually a polytunnel which he made, which goes up and down. It's on chains, it's on hinges, and it lifts off. So on a hot day like today, it just lifts off, and on a cool day, or if it's raining, he just drops it and it comes back over. He's just going to demonstrate and show you what it's all about. It's a great setup here. Not a big setup in his back garden, but it just shows you. Look at that, that's fantastic. It's amazing that, Peter. Great. And how easy is that to do? Brilliant.
I lost some weight.
It's good as long as it wasn't a leak you stood on.
Aye.
Very good.
Can I quickly just say what I was trying to say about the seedlings?
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't get two of the same, John.
That's
right. People have to realise that. I've got an example here of the cross we did last year.
Yeah.
The GSN and the blue.
Yeah.
Now I'll show you, and you'll see exactly what I'm.
Beautiful back garden. This is Flo's work, all the back garden. Very nice.
John, this is just an example.
Yeah.
That's a hybrid seedling off last year.
Yeah.
When we did the GSN blue cross.
That's right.
That's so. Obviously, I'll be having to take something off there to try that because it looks a nice pot leek stage.
Yes, aye.
Now that one, same seedling, same batch, John.
It's obviously taking the parentage of
the
GSN.
It's taking the GSN that.
Yeah.
Now then, you might think, oh, it's going to lag, but I've got to. What the new breeks, new hybrids, so that might make a lovely intermediate.
Yeah, it could do.
So I've got 1 or 2 which I'll not be growing all of them, but there's 1 or 2 I really fancy. I mean, that's not a bad looking seedling. It reminds me of the seedling I took off that cross for that number one. So
yeah.
we'll try a little bit off everything, John, to
Very
see what
good.
kind of get some more new ones,
That's
mate.
definite. All looking good, definitely.
Cumbrians is here. I've got some nice Cumbrians here.
Yes,
Just
looking
growing in
good.
containers again. I mean,
Peter mainly grows for stock, but this year he is going to show because he's got this new number one hybrid and he's wanting to put it down on the bench a few times. I don't blame him, it's looking good.
I think that's a Cumbrian. I mean, it's a Cumbrian. It's short.
Still a nice looking
Still,
leaf,
it's
though.
still a nice looking leak.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of time. We might get on to going or something. I like that.
And I seen the blues that Peter had last year. They were all over 20 inches. I mean, if you remember, we did that 26-inch one, which he was trying to break the heavyweight record with. But the better quality ones were around the 20-inch mark when I seen them, and they were really good. So you've got a good cross by crossing the blue onto the Cumbrian and also the Cumbrian back onto the blue, like a two-way cross. So that'll be great. It'll be interesting to see what comes out.
Aye. Yeah.
Was there anything else you'd like to say to the general public?
We're just like I'm just doing it just to try and help the leak world and trying to get one or two more people to hybridize the proper way, John.
Which would be great.
You know, and that would be great. And you get to see some hopefully nicer leaks on the bench, and hopefully I can prove it like this number one.
Hopefully, keep our fingers crossed for you.
Right. Thanks
Well,
very much for that. Then.
That's great, and I thank you and Flo for a wonderful trip around and an education for everybody. Hopefully you all benefit from this. Thank you. We'll see you again the next time. Cheers now. Bye-bye.